Good morning. It is 11 a.m. It's Saturday and Asda shop has just been delivered. Callie is asleep and all is good with the world right now. Matt's gone on a 3-hour bike ride and I'm just going to put the Asda shop away. I don't know if I've got 10 minutes before Callie wakes up or if I've got an hour before Callie wakes up, but I just want to try and get some stuff done before she does wake up. When Matt comes back from his bike ride, we are going to drive to Southport. He's actually doing a triathlon tomorrow morning, so he's going to check in, register everything, and we're just going to see where the start line is and where the finishing line is for him. So that'll be nice, a nice little day out to Southport. To be honest, I've not actually been out much, so this is actually going to be a nice day, and it's going to be my first day out in public with a baby. So I'm going to take you along with me. We can have a nice weekend together. We're going to go to Southport today. I'm just going to have a loose kind of idea for tonight. I don't want to be doing much tonight. And tomorrow we'll see what we end up doing tomorrow. But let's spend the weekend together and see what we get up to. If we're keeping this vlog real, I made this around about an hour ago and Callie started crying. I feel like babies cry when you start to eat, so the moral of the story is just don't eat and your baby won't cry. Anyway, and I don't fancy eating cold eggs and cold bread now, but your girl tried. I had one bite, that's my one bite, and then she started crying. So that is real mum life when you've got a 3-week and 5-day-old. But yesterday I had to book in for an emergency doctor's appointment. Not to give like too much information, but just going to the toilet for a number 2 brings me to tears. I don't know why, because I'm 3 weeks and 5 days, and the first 2 weeks I was on stool softeners, which was fine, but I've been off them now for a week and a half. And just all of a sudden it's just really started to hurt, so they booked me in. I'm back on the stool softeners, but the doctor basically just said that is part of the process, and just to wean off the stool softeners. Like, I went cold turkey. I just came off them after 2 weeks, which apparently you're not meant to do, but I didn't get told otherwise. Oh my god, sorry for the angle, I've just realised. Wow. I hope I don't have any buggers. So yeah, I'm on them, and that will hopefully really help, because I dreaded going to the toilet and it fucking well hurt. So I'm back on them and I'm just going to wean off them. I feel like I've gone backwards in my recovery a little bit, but it's part of the process. He said that some days you'll feel better and some days you'll feel worse, so it is what it is. Also, side note, these massive peanut butter jars, 1 kilogram of peanut butter, are the best things ever. You save so much money with these. A new thing that I'm learning as well is when you have a baby, when they fall asleep, you've no idea if you've got 10 minutes to get what you need doing or if you've got an hour or 2 hours. The amount of times that I have started something, created a mess, but then she's woke up, so then I've just created more mess because I've never had time to clean up, I've lost count. But I am learning just to kind of surrender to the mess, surrender that you can't do everything at once. I like to have mini goals, like I like to make sure through the day at some point I've emptied the dishwasher, I've had a shower, I've cleaned the bed, even if it's at 4 p.m, made the bed. Just little things like that, and if I can do them through the day without a time limit, I feel like I've at least done something. And I'm excited for today, but I'm also not nervous, but I've not breastfed in public yet. And I know I shouldn't care, and I probably won't care like in a few months, but I think the first time doing it, it's not, I've seen women do it, it's like boom, so smooth, whereas I'm like this trying to get to her. So I don't know, I'll see how I feel after with it, but it's all the learning curve. So Matt's coming back in about 3 hours, and then we'll be heading to Southport. So I'm just trying to get the house a little bit clean and a little bit sorted. And one of the things that I've not done is sort out her downstairs caddy. We've run out of nappies. We just don't even use it anymore. So I'm just going to sort this out. We have got, so there's water wipes. The number 1 nappies no longer fit her, so we've moved to number 2 nappies now, which is crazy. I'm just going to fill this up. I also had in as well some of my maternity briefs, but I'm not wearing them anymore, so I can get rid of them. Have a bunch of nappy bags, which I'll keep in. Wet wipes. Breast pads, which I've not actually used, but. And E45 cream, which again I've not used. To be honest, I've just been using the nappies and the bin bags and the wipes from this. I've not really had to use much else, so. Making myself a cup of tea, and I've totally forgot to be taking my electrolytes. I religiously took them when I was pregnant, and I've not been taking them now. So I'm going to start using my electrolytes again because hydration is key. Look who's awake. Look who's awake from her slumber. Oh, are you ready for a feed? I think you are, aren't you? Let me know if the baby voice annoys you. You can't help it, can you? Can you not? Oh, you're ready for a feed. Come on. Feeding time. We've had a little outfit change. She had a little bit of a poo explosion and it went all over my white pants. Love that for me. We're on our way to Southport.
We are on our way to
We are on our way. You'll notice I'm sat in the back because this is our first family day out.
In the back,
this is our first family day out. We've got Callie in the back, but we've got Frank in the front. So lads in the front.
Bitches in the back.
And bitches in the back. Because I didn't know how to handle the Frank and Callie situation in the back. The pram's in the boot. So there was a lot going on, so we just thought I'll sit in the back. Matt's driving. We're just going to go to the petrol station and then we're on our way to Southport for Matt to register for his triathlon in the morning, and we're going to take Frank to the beach and have our first family day out. You might notice I've changed my outfit because with Callie's poo explosion, it also went all over my pants, so I've quickly changed outfits. We're in the car. We've nearly had a car crash because a car was pulling out. Not our fault. Matt saved us. And I've also spilled coffee all over myself. So it's fun for me. Well, that outing was a disaster. So we're back in the car. It's been about 45 minutes after.
I've got PTSD.
Matt's got PTSD. We... Go on, explain, Matt.
Frank was just fucking pulling his head off. Callie screamed the whole time because she wanted feeding. I didn't have any signal to bring the thing up that I needed to register. And I'm trying to understand things. And Frank was just pulling me in every direction, being a goon. Because he was obviously stimulated because he'd never been here before. It was just wild.
It was quite wild.
That was wild. Why is that so close to my head? Fuck off.
We're back in the car now and Callie's stopped crying and Frank is passed out. So we're going to go KFC and treat ourselves because that was chaotic. I breastfed for the first time in public as well, in front of loads of people. This man came up to me and started chatting my head off, and
well,
I was just like...
I said to you, was he prepping him? I thought he needs to leave so you can finish, and he was just staring at you chatting.
Oh my god, and this is why I look more dishevelled from a few minutes ago. It's only going to go from being in the car to being in the car again, but I look more dishevelled and more stressed.
What an old British woman,
Dishevelled. I also got zero footage of the outing because it was so stressful, so sorry. What can I get for you?
Hi, please could I get 2 Trilogy box meals, please?
Trilogy box meal?
Yeah. Just 2 Trilogy box meals, please.
2 of them?
Yes.
Side orders and drinks?
Sorry?
Side orders and drinks?
Gravy and... You said yeah, then you said no.
Good morning. It is the next day, it's 9 a.m. and me, Frank and Callie have just been on our first walk out together because Matt set off at 4:30 this morning to go for a triathlon. So I know which one I would rather be doing. Anyway, Kelly cried the whole way through me walking Frank. I'm trying to get used to the overstimulation. I know eventually it'll just be like white noise to me, but it's a lot when a baby's crying, you're trying to walk a dog, you're very overstimulated. Anyway, walk's done and I'm now on my way to Starbucks, going to treat myself to a Starbucks, go on a drive with Callie and see how that works out.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. See you later.
Whilst Callie is sleeping, let's just unpack yesterday because it was just a massive fat fail. So the idea was to go to Southport. Matt's got his triathlon today and we were going to register him in early so then he didn't have to do it today. And we were going to take Frank to the beach, you know, we were going to go and get a coffee somewhere. And I think eventually I'll learn this, but it just turned out to be so overstimulating. Callie was just crying non-stop because at the moment she's just cluster feeding like mad and she just wanted feeding. So she was crying non-stop. Frank was so overstimulated by every person, every dog, so he was really pulling on the lead, which like usually is a good boy, but it was a new place, new smells, new environment. So that was going on. The wind was windy because we was obviously on a beach. So there was a point where Matt was trying to get a registration. Matt was trying to get his thingy registered. I had to sit down and breastfeed. A man started speaking to me as I was breastfeeding, which is fine. But you know, when the conversations are going on a little bit too long. So that was happening. Frank was just trying to pull left, right and centre to every single dog and every single person going forward. It was just a lot, very, very overstimulating. So me and Matt was just like, we're getting back in the car. And we came home. So that's why I stopped vlogging, because there was nothing to report after. I just sat on the sofa, fed Callie all day, and that was about it. So that's why I didn't carry on. But yeah, I know I'll get used to it, but I wanted to show this still because that is real life. They're not always going to be perfect days, are they? And I'm okay with that. That's part of the adventure. But yeah, I'm showing an imperfect day. And today, to be fair, I've just been to Starbucks and she's not cried. Buzzing, got my Americano with hot milk again because I had to have decaf when I was pregnant, so I'm so happy that I have got my full Americano. And I think today I am just going to potter about the house, clean a little bit, and just try and embrace the day, you know. I'll actually speak about breastfeeding later on and the times of what she kept me up last night, and I think I'm finding some form of rhythm, some form of loose structure, so I'll speak about that later on. Hello gorgeous man, come here. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, give me that. Shall we fill it with peanut butter? Yes. Oh. Oh no! We don't want you to cry. Okay. I've slipped into my dressing gown because it's just so much easier when baby is cluster feeding. When I've got a jacket on and I've got to dismantle myself, it's just easy with the dressing gown on. Matt's just come home from his triathlon, so he's just burping her at the moment, and I'm just gonna try and clean up a little bit. I said that I mentioned breastfeeding as well, but last night, so I'm finding some kind of structure. Last night, we usually we go to bed at 11. She has a change and we change a nappy, put her into a nighttime outfit if she's not in it already, and then she has her feed, and then she'll wake up at around about 2:30, and then she'll wake up, and then that's quite a quick feed, it's like a 10-minute feed. And then she'll wake up again at around about 4:30, 5, and that one's like a bigger window. Usually I'll need to nappy change her, she'll feed for a little bit longer and she'll stay awake as well. So I'm usually awake for about 45 minutes at that point, and then she'll fall back asleep, and then she won't wake up until 8:30. So that's like a loose routine that she's got at the moment. That's probably going to change. But let me just move you. but it's helping with me, and I'm finding that routine and structure all right, to be honest. I'm quite enjoying it. I was tracking my feeds, and then I stopped because I was just doing it so much, and it was just like an extra thing to think about all the time. Oh, where's the camera going? So I've stopped tracking them, but I started again 2 days ago just to try and find that morning routine, so I know when I have a window of opportunity to do something. So let me know if you have any questions around breastfeeding or anything like that. I'm not expressing just yet, but I think I'm going to start expressing soon because that will help quite a lot. So if you've got any tips about expressing, let me know that as well. It's Monday at 11 AM. Last night, I'll be totally honest, I completely forgot to record everything. When Matt came back from his triathlon, we literally just chilled out on the sofa, so he didn't miss anything. I didn't end up cleaning. She was cluster feeding quite a lot, so she needed a lot of attention, and I just totally forgot to record. That is the reality of it. I will get better with time. But yeah, just to recap on the actual weekend, it wasn't how I wanted it to go, but I suppose that is motherhood, and I'm still going to post this vlog even though it wasn't the perfect weekend with a 3.5-week-old. It's the reality that you just can't do everything that you planned, which is okay if you surrender to it. I'm okay with that. We didn't end up going to the beach. We didn't end up having a coffee in a cafe. I didn't end up doing any cleaning yesterday other than putting the washing out. I did do that. But yeah, we ended up getting a Domino's pizza and just living our best life. So I am just about to make some tea for tonight because I found that the evenings are more chaotic, and that's when I'm usually tempted to order a takeaway because I don't have time to cook. So if I cook it in the morning, that saves a lot of time, it saves a lot of energy. And these baby carriers, I have a confession. So you know the fabric slings, I've used that so much less than the clip-in ones because I just find the clip-in ones a lot more sturdier, a lot more easier to use. If you like videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps small channels like mine more than you know. Right on cue. So I'm going to leave this YouTube here. Real life, unfake weekends with a newborn. Bye.